In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the syntax of Visual Basic program. First, we will take a look at identifiers. Then, we will go through the declaration of variables using various methods. Then, we will learn the statement separation. And then, we will learn some literals. So let's get started. Identifiers. An identifier is simply a name of a variable, procedure, or object. That means if you want to identify a variable, procedure, or object, you'll call it by its name, that is identifier. In real world, we have people, and we know that people, we identify that people by their names. So let's say there is a person and his name is Ramesh. So whenever we want to refer him, we call Ramesh. So that is how we know that we are referring to a particular person. In the same way, in Visual Basic or in any other programming language, identifiers are the name for the thing. So here, identifier is the name of a variable, procedure, or object. There are some rules for this identifiers, and we are going to learn these rules. The first is, identifier must contain alphanumeric values and underscore. Anything except this will not be valid. The identifier must start with an alphabet or underscore. Now let's talk about the case sensitivity of identifiers. Visual Basic is not a case sensitive language. That means capital A and small a will be the same. Examples are as following. The first is my name with small m, small y, capital N, A M E. The second one is looking different to us, where the M is capital, rest of the characters are small. Then we have camel case, then all the capitals and all the smalls. But all these 5 my name is similar, is the same for Visual Basic. So that means it is not case sensitive. Now let's take a look at some valid and invalid identifiers based on the rules that we have just learned. On the left side, we have valid identifiers. On the right side, we have invalid identifiers. My name is valid. My name with M capital is also valid. Camel case my name is also valid. My underscore name is valid. And all of these are valid. Let's talk about some invalid. First, my space name. Here we have a space. Remember the first rule. Anything except alphanumeric and underscore should not be included. Here we have a space between my and name. Here the space is not an alphanumeric value nor the underscore. That means it is invalid. Second identifier, 01 name, is starting from a numeric value, which is not an underscore nor an alphabet. So that is why it is invalid. And the third contains at, which is also invalid. So now you know how to name your variables, procedures, and objects. Next is the declaration of variable. We declare variables in Visual Basic using 2 methods. One is dim. Dim stands for dimension. So when you write dim and then the name of the variable, which is the identifier, that will be the declaration of a variable. And then you can use keyword as to set the data type of the declared variable. So this is just more English-like language where you say dim my name as string. That means you declare a variable which is the name of my name and you define that as a string. To understand this, let's take a look at an example. Here it is, dim my name as string. So here my name is the identifier of our variable and string is the data type. This is how we declare a variable. The second method is declaration of variable using access modifiers. Access modifiers determines the scope, visibility and behavior. Don't worry, we will learn about them later in this course. There are some well-known access modifiers. If you are coming from an earlier programming experience, you know them. They are private, public, protected, shared, etc. So using them, we can declare a variable. And here are the examples. Public dim my name as string. And the second is public my name as string. As you can see, in the second one, we don't have that dim. This is also valid and this will do the same as the first one.